Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hey, guys, welcome. We'll get started shortly here. Welcome, welcome. We'll get started shortly. Hello, Ginger. Welcome, welcome. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Collis, welcome, welcome, Collis.
Hi, David.
Hello. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Kawisi, welcome, welcome. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Daniel, welcome, Daniel, welcome.
Hello.
Hello, we'll get started shortly. This evening, we'll go over trading in the zone, trend following, and using trading systems. So trading in the zone, trend following, and using trading system. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Tracy, welcome, Tracy.
Hello, David.
Hello, welcome. We'll get started shortly, guys. So trading in the zone, trend following, and using our trading systems. We'll incorporate all three as we look at the market. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. All right. So let me share my trading screen. All right, gonna share my screen here. All right. All right, so you guys should see my trading screen. Hey, Charity, welcome. All right, we've got lots going on in the market. All right, big down day on the indexes. All right, so as I go through this, we'll go through the markets. We're going to try to focus, guys, focus on the three big things we talk about on Wednesdays. Okay, so that's trading in the zone, right? Staying in your trades, all about your mindset, trend following, right? So we want to look for trends, whether it's to the long side or short side. All right, so up or down, and then using the trading systems to maximize our opportunities and our entries and exits. Okay, first thing I want to take a look at this evening, and stop me, guys, if you have any questions. All right, stop if you have any questions on this. All right, you should see crypto's monster here. All right, and I send out some information on this today, that we have new support and resistance lines. All right, for Bitcoin. Hey, Millie, welcome. All right, so we've got these new support and resistance lines came in today. Okay, so here is resistance, here is support down here. That's the low on Bitcoin. All right, so we need to follow this process. We're in the markdown phase for Bitcoin. We get a sell short signal right here, right at 37,500 was where we got our sell short signal to take Bitcoin down, all right, or to be totally out of Bitcoin. All right, our exit signal, right, from our buy, and I'll show you guys this. This is why this is important. We need to follow these systems. All right, they will certainly keep us out of trouble. So here was our, this is where price broke, Bitcoin broke resistance right here. All right, so Bitcoin broke resistance right here. Buyers came in, failed, broke support right here. We got a sell signal to get out of Bitcoin. All right, and now we got a sell short signal, and it's holding all the way down here. All right, so the trend is down, right? The trend is down, the trend is short, and it's going through that markdown phase. All right, so we should not be in Bitcoin at all. All right. All right. All right, so when we do these classes on Wednesday, I want you guys to focus again. Trading in the zone, your mindset, right? We need to be logical. We can't be emotional about when we trade about these trades, right? Right? We can't be emotional. It doesn't matter what we think about Bitcoin, right? Doesn't matter. Right now, it's in that markdown phase. Here it is in that markdown phase. All right. The next step, right, is right here, right? If it breaks this support right here, and that's not really support, let's call it a low. All right. If it breaks this low right here, right? And I'm going to ask you guys, if it breaks that low, what phase is that? If it breaks that low there, what phase is that? Anyone? If it breaks that low, Bitcoin breaks that low, what phase is that?
Markdown phase.
Markdown is already in the markdown phase.
Distribution.
Very nice.
Not distribution. Look at your charts, guys. If you're in doubt, look at your charts. What phase is it? If it breaks that purple support. That's redistribution, right? Redistribution. All right. If it breaks this purple line here, that's support, that's redistribution. Okay. So you guys should have this. Hold on 1 second here. All right. You guys should have this here. Remember the 4 market phases, right? You guys should have this right here, right? All right, so here we are right now. Bitcoin is sitting right here. So it's in that markdown phase. So Charity, you're absolutely right, right? It's in that markdown phase, right? And now we've got new support and resistance. Here is resistance, here is support right here. And Bitcoin right now, price is sitting about right here. So if it breaks this support right here, and that support is about 25,000. All right. That's at 25,000 right here. All right. So if it breaks that support, all right, this is important because guess what? If it breaks that support, now that we have new support and resistance lines came in today, right? Now we have a gauge of what price can do. If the price breaks this support here, that purple line, all right, we'll get new sellers coming in, right? We will get new sellers coming in to push the price even lower. That's critical to know. All right, that's critical to know. That if the price breaks that support, right, breaks that support, new sellers will come in to push Bitcoin even lower. All right, so let's go back to the chart. All right, so this is where we are right here, right here. Bitcoin is sitting right here, right now, 28,009, let's say 900, all right? But this is the important area right here, all right? That support area right here is what we're looking for. If it breaks this area here, we can get a big push lower, kind of like this here, right? Like it did here, like it did here. All right, so keep that in mind. Our target is still 20,000. Near-term support is 20,000 for Bitcoin. So right here is 20,000 near-term support. All right, so we'll see how it reacts. All right, to the 20,000 mark. All right, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll get new support and resistance lines in this area. And then if it continues to go through that markdown phase, right, that markdown phase, all right, let's draw it out. All right, so if it continues to go through that markdown phase, we'll get new support and resistance line, okay? So markdown phase, we know here, this is the markdown phase. We should not be buying. All right, we should not be buying. All right, the next area of support is all the way down here. All right, so that 10,000 mark is our next support, okay? So now it's trending, but it's trending to the downside. All right, it's trending to the downside. All right. Any questions on this, on Bitcoin? This is how we want to use the system. All right, this is how we want to use the system. Whenever you guys get new support and resistance, pay close attention to what price is doing. If you're in the markup phase, all right, if you're in the markup phase and you're long and you're buying, right, you want to do the same thing, but the reverse, right? All right, so like right here, you've got new support and resistance lines in that markup phase, right? Every time the price breaks resistance, guess what? Expect new buyers to come into the market, new money coming into the market to push the price higher. Over here, expect break support. Guess what? New sellers coming in. Okay, so we want to use the systems that way. All right. Any questions here? Any questions here? All right, very good. Okay. As far as the markets, we saw continuation with the equity markets. All right. and they're trending to the downside, all four indexes. So the Dow, the S&P, all right, the NASDAQ and the Russell, they're trending down. All right, so that's our trend following. Right? We got to follow the trend. So we really shouldn't be in stocks, right? We should not be buying stocks. All right, because you guys know, right? Most of, I would say 90% of stocks will follow these indexes. All right, and these are weekly time frames. All right, so they're trending to the downside, right? Sellers are in. All right, so look here, sellers are in. We have a sell short signal, broke support, sellers are in. Follow your systems. You guys have to follow your systems. All right. If there's any doubt, go back to your systems, follow your systems, look for support and resistance. Look at the whenever you guys get in, when I talk to traders and they're getting into a slump with their trading, all right, I always have to go back to this. All right. When you're using the system, right, and you get into a slump, we always have to go back to this, right? The four market phases, the markup phase, markdown phase, support and resistance, okay? So follow the trends, whether it's long or short. So we're in a markdown phase, right? Markets are bearish, right? We should be out of stocks or getting puts, right? Or shorting stocks, if you guys are experiencing that, all right? So bearish sellers are in, red candles, sellers are in, all right? In all four of the major indexes. So the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, and the Russell. The VIX is moving higher, all right? So the VIX is moving higher. We've got resistance right here on the VIX. Right? Follow what these markets are doing. It doesn't matter what we want. All right. Hey, Leon, welcome. All right. It doesn't matter what we want.
Hey, Dave.
Hello. All right. It doesn't matter what we want. Follow these markets. All right. The VIX is still above 20. And as you guys know, right, a VIX above 20 is bearish for the markets. So as the VIX moves higher, we'll be watching it right here. 40 is a big number for the VIX. All right. It's been testing that area there. All right. So if we can get above, let me draw it out here. If we can get above this right here, all right, this resistance right here on the VIX, all right, guess what? The markets will become very, very bearish. This should not be a surprise for any of our traders, right? This should not be a surprise. None of what what we do, and we do this every day, all day, right? When these moves happen, right? We should not be surprised at all. All right. We should not be surprised. And then we want to take advantage of these moves when they happen. All right. So keep an eye on the VIX. All right. Keep an eye on the VIX. All right. Again, 40, if it gets above 40, really, really bad for the markets. All right. So we want to be out of stocks. All right, we'll get into more of this tomorrow with our equity class. All right, tomorrow. All right, but keep in mind, all the sectors are down. This is why we want to follow the systems. All the sectors are down. So technology, utilities, healthcare, right, transportation, they're all down. Energy is up, but even with energy, we need to be careful. All right, VIX is up, right? Major indexes are all down. All right, so Tracy, you mentioned the other day that you were out of stocks, right? Good job, right? Just knowing that information, right? Staying out of stocks, right? Puts you in the right frame of mind, right? And now you're focusing on learning options. I mean, not options, but Forex. That's what we want to do. We don't want to struggle in these markets when they're going against us, right? We want to be out. All right. Any questions on this? Any questions on any of this before I move forward? Any questions? Hey, Helen, welcome. All right. So we talked about cryptos. We talked about Bitcoin. All right. We'll be watching this support here at 25,000. All right. 25,000. And I know it sounds crazy, right? That Bitcoin can't get to 20,000, 10,000, or even 5,000. Doesn't matter what we think. All right. It's in the markdown phase. The equity markets, right? I know we know that, hey, markets can't crash, right? Our opinions doesn't matter. It's in the markdown phase. When buyers come in, we'll change, right? When buyers come in, we'll see buyers come in from the price action here, right? We'll see the VIX come down, and then we'll change our mind based on what the price action is doing, based on what the systems are telling us. All right. Let's take a look at the dollar, right? Forex, right? Forex, the dollar is moving up again. All right. The dollar is continuing to move higher. Took a break. Right, it took a break and now it's continuing to move higher. Those of you who missed these trades, right, here is USD CNH. There was a buy, the first buy signal down in here. All right, the first buy signal was right down in here. So we bought here. Use your systems. Follow your systems, guys. First buy signal was here in Monster Scalper. Here was our sell signal right here. Bought here, sold here. Remember, we call that the meat of the trade, right? We never get the very bottom, never get the very top. The next buy signal on USD CNH was right here on our break of resistance. We bought here and we sold here on a break of support from right here to right here. All right. The third trade was right here. We bought right here on a break of this resistance right here and sold here on a break of this support. Okay. So bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here. What do you guys think will happen next? Based on the price action, based on the system, what do you think will happen next? Anyone? Anyone?
It's going to drop because it's like consolidating. So it looks like the bears are going to take over, and then it's going to end up going down, I guess, to the markdown phase.
It's going to drop. Why do you say it's going to drop, Dan?
Because it's consolidating right now. It looks like it gave a sell signal from the buyers.
Okay.
To get out.
Okay.
Then we see white candles there, which means that it looks like it's kind of like consolidating or like waiting for more sellers to come in because it's probably overbought.
Okay.
Then it'll start entering the markdown phase. But I could be wrong.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, it looks a lot like it's going to go into distribution and start selling.
Into distribution, okay. All right. Look what happened here. Look what happened here. And we've been calling this for a while, right? And we had a lot of traders miss these trades. A lot of traders miss the dollar move, right? Right. So yes, could it get into distribution, right? Could it go through that markdown phase? Absolutely. But what phase is it in right now? What phase is it in right now? What phase is it in right now? What phase is it in?
I guess it could be, well, it looks like it's in distribution, but it could be a markup phase. Like reaccumulation.
Okay, we need to be clear. We need to be clear. All right, that's why we're doing this, right? So this is all about trend following, using the trading system, and staying in the trade, trading in the zone. And if we're confused about this, guess what? Our trading will be confusing. All right. So what phase is this?
Markup phase.
It's in the markup phase. Yeah. It's in the markup phase.
So how do you know when it's about to go down?
When it goes down. And look here, is it going down or is it going up? Is it going down? Let's draw a trend line here, right? There's your trend line, right?
Oh,
Is
I
it
didn't see that green candle forming again in a
Yeah.
240. I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. It's screaming markup phase. All right. Reaccumulation, reaccumulation, reaccumulation. Right. If we get a buy signal, all right, we could get a buy signal up in this area here, right? We buy. And we could get another opportunity. We had one good trade, second trade, third trade, we could get another fourth opportunity to buy. These are amazing pips. All right. I wish Travis isn't on here, but Travis caught this trade. He caught this. I think he caught some of this. He caught all of this. And he caught all of this. And I'm sure he's waiting for the next trade. All right. One trade like this could make your month. All right. But one trade like this could make your month. All right. So rather than chasing everything else, this one trade alone, just following the process, just knowing that, hey, it's in the markup phase. And I know, yes, at some point it will get into that distribution phase. It's got a long way to go to get into that distribution phase. All right. Distribution, guys, distribution is got to break support right here. All right, to get into the distribution phase, to get into that markdown phase. It's nowhere near there. And Daniel, you're right. Yeah, you've got green candles here. We got buyers coming back in. All right. So you guys should be just getting ready, right, to jump in right about in here if it gives a buy signal to jump back in. This is a lot of buying. And as you guys know this, right? We've been doing this for a while, right? And we've been doing this for a while. We're following the dollar. You guys know we're following the dollar, right? So these pairs, right? These dollar pairs will follow the dollar, right? And just like we got a buy signal down in this area here in 2000, the markets, the point I want to make here is this. We're in new times. Well, guess what? We've seen this before. All right. We've seen this before where these markets, right? A lot of volatility come into these markets. Markets are bearish, markets are bullish, right? The last time, and I know we talked about this before, but it's good to go over it again, all right? Because we want to follow these big trends, these big moves, right? We want to follow these big moves, right? This is trend following. And the last time, this was about right here, the middle of 2014, right about here is where we got a buy signal on the monthly time frame on the dollar index, right here on the break of this resistance, 2014, middle of 2014. And when we had that break, guys, we had a big move. Look here, a big push to the upside, right? There was our buy signal right here, that blue arrow. So we want to use our systems. Don't guess your way through this, right? And now we have a very similar buy signal, blue arrow right here. And guess what? Price is breaking resistance right here. And what we're hoping to have happen is another big push, okay? Similar to what happened here, all right? And if that happens, we'll see that move, right? We'll see the pairs here, right? Pairs like this, especially this pair, right? Give another buy signal and move higher. All right, so we want to follow the big trends, right? We want to follow the big trends. We want to follow the big moves. Okay, this is on the 240, right? Here, it's on the monthly. Does this make sense?
Yes, that's good, David.
Makes sense. Is
Yes.
anyone, what do you got? Any pairs you guys are trading? Thanks, Leon. Any pairs? Collis, go ahead. You have a question?
No, I was agreeing that I understand.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Let's see here. What are you guys trading? Anyone in any pairs? What are you guys trading out there?
Well, David, it's Lee. I'm looking at the GBP NZD.
GBP NZD. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's take a look at that. What are you looking to do with it?
To go long.
To go long. All right.
It looked like it's about to break out.
All right. Let me ask you this. What do you like? What did you like? What do you like about this trade? Not any fundamentals as far as the chart. What do you like about this? If you're looking to get in, what do you like about it?
That is consolidating. I'm waiting for the breakout.
Okay, so you're waiting for the breakout here. So
Yeah,
a
that's what I
breakout.
like.
Okay,
Right.
so right here. All right. But so you like the fact that it's getting ready to break out, right?
Right.
It's got a buy signal here and it's looking to break out here. What else do you like about this?
That it looked like it's going to do it on the daily and the hourly chart.
Okay, so let's do that. So on the hourly time frame, and on the daily. And we'll see if we have anything here. All right. All right. All right, so we'll do a 240 here for you, Leon.
All right.
Good job, by the way. This looks good. All
Good.
right, this looks good. Now, I am biased to the dollar, right? The dollar pairs, but yeah, if you find some other opportunities, you can certainly trade those. All right. So let's take a look at it here. Let's remove this. All right. So, all right. Let's clean it up a bit. And this is what you guys need to do. Those of you who use your systems, especially with Monster Scalper, you want to do this stuff here. Hold on. All right, let's get rid of this short. When you guys are like Leon is looking to go long, remove your short signals from the system because that will confuse you, okay? Because you don't want, you're not focusing on short, you're focusing on long. So make sure you've got your long systems, okay? So on the daily, check this out. This is a really cool setup for Leon here. All right, so look here. On the daily time frame, it went through what phase? What phase is this? What phase is this on the daily time frame? Anyone?
Markdown phase.
Markdown. Very good. Good job, Gerald. Welcome. All right, markdown phase. And look here. This is perfect. All right, so markdown phase, right? We have a buy signal right here, right? Here is actually your accumulation. This is the accumulation phase right here. Now it's a larger time frame. It's the daily time frame, but this works on every single time frame, right? Every single time frame. Look here, markdown phase, right? Middle low down here, right? Broke resistance, buyers came in, green candles. Guess what? Look what happened. Markup phase, right? Markup phase. Price broke support right here. We got a sell signal to get out. So we bought here, sold here, sellers came in, we're out. All right, look at this, right? Made a low here, buyers came back in almost the same area, just like here. We got another buy signal right here. Look at this. I love this trade here. Right, so look here, right here, right? Accumulation, right? We had a low here, markdown phase, right? Buyers came in right here. Buy signal right here, green candles, buyers came in right here, green candles. What do you think will happen next with this? What do you guys think? Remember, this class here, right? It's all about trend following, finding the trends, following the trends, using our trading systems, all right? And trading in the zone, all right? Being in the zone is being on the right side of the move, on the right side of the trend, all right? So what's the likelihood if you guys were going to bet on this trade right here, on Leon's trade? All right, if you're going to put your money, because that's what he's doing, he's getting ready to put some money on this trade, right? So if you were going to bet on this trade, where would you bet that it would go, the price would go, based on everything we just did here? Because he said he looked at the daily. He did some analysis on the daily, right? So where do you guys think, if you were going to put your hard-earned money like Leon is doing on this trade, right? Where would you put it? To go up or down? Long or short?
Looks like a long to me.
Looks like a long.
I would agree. It looks like a long.
Looks like a long. Who else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Only two?
Oh, no, I agree. It looks like this is gonna definitely be a long.
Okay. Who thinks it's going to go down? Who thinks it's going to go down? All right, so no one, right? So we all think it's going to go up.
Well, I mean, if we follow the 4 market phases, it looks like, I mean, there is a consolidation at that buy signal, but not a long consolidation to do any type of redistribution or anything like that. So it has to go up.
Well, it doesn't have to go up, right?
Well,
I mean, it can do
it don't
anything,
have to go
right?
up, but if we follow our 4 market phases, yeah, it can do anything. But if we want to look at the 4 market phases and the way it is structured, it kind of sets itself up for that markup phase.
Very good. It's in that markup phase. Look here, we got a buy signal. We've done it, with trading, a lot of these is patterns. We got to follow these patterns, right? Look, this pattern here, which happened back in 2021, right? 2021, buy signal right here, almost the same area, buy signal right here when the buyers came in, all right? And this is on the daily time frame, so this is solid move. Every candle is a day's worth of data. So this isn't a lot of noise, right? Leon will not get squeezed out of this trade as soon as he gets in, right? Because guess what? He's going to trade it on the 240. And let's look at what the 240 is doing, right? So let's look at the 240 here. So here is the 240. Here is his resistance. He's got a buy signal, a lot of consolidation, right? Yeah, I mean, the only bad thing about this is that there's a lot of consolidation, right? But that's fine. If it breaks up, right? If it breaks that resistance, he might get a pretty good move to the upside, right? So guess what? The daily time frame, guess what? He's got a buy signal. I mean, great job. He's got a buy signal, right? It's gone through that markdown phase. All these sellers have gotten out. They've been squeezed out of the trade, right? So all those traders that bought in here, bought up in here, got squeezed out, was forced out of the trade. So guess what? Now it's wide open for Leon. to get in. Right? It's wide open for Leon to get in. It's in that markup phase, right? He's got his daily time frame. He did his analysis on the daily, right, Leon?
Right, right.
Right? You did your analysis on the daily, and now he's timing it on the 240 to get in on the break of this resistance. And he knows that if the price breaks resistance, guess what? He'll get new buyers coming in. All right. Now, Leon, you've been with us, what, 2 years now?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't do this the first time, right?
No.
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 Right.
I really actually started like a few weeks ago when I asked the question. I was, I got in the trade, mid downtrend. Well, I didn't get in it, but I was about to.
Mhm.
You remember that? And then it was then that it opened my eyes like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to get in when it's moving sideways, what we call consolidation. That's where you want to be looking at it,
Mhm. Yeah, so when it's a consolidating like this, I mean, good job, Leon. When it's consolidating like this, right? Look here, right? And I love this chart. Those of you who are new to us that are on here for the first time, if you missed the class, our beginners class last night, this is a good chart to have, right? And we'll end with this. All right, this is a good chart to have. And even those of you, this is a new one we brought out, okay? So even those of you who've been with us for a while, right? The 4 market phases, you guys know this, okay? But right here, right here is where that markdown phase, and Leon is getting in right here, all right? So he's now on the daily time frame, let me draw it out. Check this out. This is pretty cool, right? So on the daily time frame, this is where he is right here. So on the daily time frame, he's right here in that early stages of that markup phase. All right, early stages of the markup phase on the daily time frame. All right, but he's right here on the 240. He's right here. He's waiting right here. This is all his consolidation, and he just mentioned it, right? That consolidation, right? So he's the trade on the 240, right? On the 240, right here. Guess what? He's waiting for a break for the buyers to come here. So he's got real good confirmation on the daily, right? It's in the markup phase. He's got a buy signal. I think his buy signal came in right about here, right? It's clearly in the markup phase on the daily. So he's got solid confirmation. And on the 240, he's already in that markup phase, reaccumulation. So right here is he's looking for that reaccumulation trade. Good job. Good job.
thank
We use the 60-minute to time his entry. Does it matter?
You can use the 60-minute, all right, but his window is the 240. But if you want, yes, you can use the 60-minute. Let's take a look at that. That's a good question, Gerald. Let's take a quick look at the 60. So yeah, he could look, he could, one second. Yeah, that's a good question. So he could do something like this. He's got it here on the 240, right? On the 240, and then he could bring in, let's do this here. All right, so here is the 60, right? You've got the same, a lot of consolidation in here on the 60. So if he could use the system, right? He could use the system. I would say here is pretty good resistance here. Here is support. Here is support right here, and it's lining up, right? It's lining up. Here he's got buyers coming in right here. Buyers are coming in, break this resistance right here, right? Here is his 240. All right. All right. So that's why sometimes it's great to use multiple time frames. All right. So here is the 60-minute right here, right? It breaks this resistance, right? You get a buy signal, right? It will push the 240 up, right? It already has a buy signal here on the 240. It's not the best chart, right? There's a lot of consolidation, right? It's not a smooth chart, but it doesn't matter. The process, his process, right, is what's key here, right? Even if the trade doesn't work out. So even if it fails, comes back down, breaks support, and fails, he's done his job. All right, he's going with the trend and he's using the trading system. Okay, so if we look here, right here on the daily time frame, here's the daily time frame. It's in that markup phase, right? It's in that markup phase. Daily time frame went through that markdown phase. Buy signal, buyers are in, green candles. We don't have any red candles, right? So the daily, and now his trading window is the 240. That's reaccumulation, right? Reaccumulation. It's a nasty chart, but don't look at that. Look at the process. Reaccumulation, buy signal. He knows that, hey, if this breaks resistance, buyers are gonna come in. And now if he wanted to, this is good enough. This is good enough. But now if he wanted to time his entry, right, on the 60-minute or even a 30-minute time frame, he could do that here. All right, let's take a look at a 30-minute quickly, and I will let you guys go. Oh, nothing here on the 30, so the 60. All right, the 60 looks much better. All right, pretty cool. All right, any questions on this? Good job, Leon. Good job. Keep doing this. All right, keep doing work like this. Okay, keep doing your work like this. All right. All right, any questions for me? This makes sense, guys? This makes sense?
Yep, good to go.
All
Good
right.
stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys, take care. I will see you guys tomorrow on the equities class. All right, on the equities class. Good job. Good job. I hope you guys got some good information. So again, use your trading systems, follow the trends. All right, trend following and staying in the zone. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.